Good evening. Welcome back to Stationeers. Tonight, I think we will try to get our mining rocket up in the air and extracting some of that wonderful space methane. Got my space coffee here, so we're good to go. Oh, been enjoying that harm suit. Other than the fact that obviously there's no jetpack, so there's that to deal with. But that's all right. Produce your own methane. Just use that. Yeah. Okay. First time I've ever gotten that message. You are unconscious but not dead. Do you want to give up? No. I got plenty of life left in me. Hey, Tuver. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. And it snuck up. I can't believe how fast time flies. Hardsuit jetpack. There we go. Okay, there's everything that I'm looking for. Let's see, or play WoW and not have to worry about methane. Well, I don't know. So there we go. So I got I forgot where I left it. Actually, I haven't reviewed. I think I was to the point where I was ready to start programming stuff. The harm suit, I'm starting to like it actually. Obviously, the no jetpack thing is a little annoying. Of course, slow movement speed too, but hey.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Low pressure.
Aha!
Oxygen critical.
Air was off. There we go. I couldn't. I don't remember shutting that off. It's nice. I don't have to. I don't even have to have my AC on. I just leave the AC off and let my oxygen do the talking. So really enjoyed it while playing on Venus. Yeah, it's super nice. So barely go through the air. The waste. That's my coolant temp. Coolant's still cool. 25 degrees. I'm still working on that a little bit, but. All right, where were we with this thing? I had the uplink. I think I got it linked. Just wish suit storage could deal with coolant. Yes, I agree. I agree. So I have one miner. I have one cargo, which is sufficient for now. 3 batteries, and I could throw in another one if I really wanted to. But this should be sufficient for now, I think. Yeah, we just need to hook this up over here. Oh yeah, this is a challenge. Okay. So I am thinking about having my launch structure over here. That'd be fun. Oh, my two miner, second miner, one scanner, 3 medium cargo. Rocket went well last night. Awesome. Okay, 2 miner, scanner. Okay, I see. Yeah, awesome. That's good. I'm out of frames. Large cardboard box. No. Pipes. Miscellaneous plumbing. Oh, there's some frames. Not many frames. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to do on this one. Pump liquid engine with hydrazine. Handled it, no problems. Yeah, hydrazine seems like an easy go-to because it's a monopropellant and don't have to fight with it. Seems like a real thing. Okay, so we can't fall off here. Want to make sure. Okay, can't fall off here. Can't fall off here. Good. Feel like you need to be filling the holes over here. There we go. That looks reasonable. This is where I get up at the moment. Which, actually, I can do a ladder. For the moment. Ah! We will... Wow! Okay, hey, stop sliding down the mountain. Ladder end. Okay, could we, like... What's this weirdness? No. What is going on here? Maybe you? Let's see. That is what I want. There we go. Okay. That's probably going to be my go-to fuel. Sure, I know how to get more power if I wanted to, but hydrogen is just so easy to manage. Yeah, that's the part that I would be interested in, is the ease of use. So right now I'm going to go up and get some volatiles. That's my plan, so I can actually... I don't even know if I have enough volatile to refuel this thing. What do I have here? I have a volume pump. I don't have an input, so I have to adjust purely on the output. So this will be a little bit interesting. Okay. And I can really laugh about it with you about I know how to get more power. Yes. Several megaton. I think we can do that for a burst. Controlling it is another thing. Okay. So I need a lot of heavy cable to get up here. Or maybe I use their pylons. Six meganewton was the highest. Yeah, that's just a little bit of power. A little bit of butter. Let's see, let's go ahead and turn the filter off. Turn the air off. And dump it. Okay. Insulated pipe gas. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Volume pump can go in here. Pull the frames out. So we got miscellaneous plumbing. The large cardboard box are emptied. Pipes. This will be used in the future, but not right now. Yeah. Okay. First things first, I'm going to need an area power controller or transformer. Let's see, I'm going to need a computer as well. Computer with a rocket control board. Yeah. Computer. Electronics printer. Rocket control motherboard. Regular cable. Oh good, I got lots of heavy cable, that's awesome. Because I'm going to be using quite a bit. Okay, that wasn't quite as lots as I thought it was going to be. But, okay. Jeez, computer takes forever to print. Hash displays, power. I'll take one of those with me because I'm probably going to get to the point where I need to do that. IC housings, we will need that. Oh, hey, look at that. Let's close you, an IC chip, and more. Okay. That works good. Okay, chutes. We're gonna need those. Sensor, don't need that. Chips, that'll be in time. Okay, so I did some math on the 5 megajoule cooling system that I want to design, and well, it's something like 11 sets of 500 phase change loops. That's it's a bit spicy. Oh, that reminds me. Feel like some counterflow heat exchangers. Ha ha. There was something that I wanted to do. I'm going to need pipes. I'm going to need pipes. I'm going to need liquid pipes. Whoa. Pipes. Thank you. And insulated liquid pipes. There we go. Atmospheric, so go ahead and throw that in there. If you tried to put more than one exchanger between your system, that's exactly what I was going to do. Particularly, I wanted to do it over in the outpost, because I think that's going to do me the best. Here, let's see. I can't... Oh yeah, if I move this over, I can. I can. So, let's see, how do I want to go about this? And if it works the way I think it can, I need to change suits. I need to change suits.
Oxygen critical.
Okay. I don't need 6. Hang on. Where's the tool belt? Oh, there it is. Jeez, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There's the harm suit. There's that. There we go. Okay, so back to operation normal. Get over. Okay, there we go. Alright, that is pollutant. So first off, let's go ahead and power you up. Okay. What? Okay. That shouldn't make it that kind of noises. That was weird. That's not right. I think they changed something. Shit. That shouldn't be. Okay. I think something is happening that shouldn't be happening. I mean, there's... That's a nitrogen line. There were damage sounds, so who was getting damaged? And condensation, but that's low pressure. That's up there a little bit. And yes, but no. Something feels weird up there. So my output line over here is 106. You... Where's my water? Okay. I'm not seeing any ruptured pipes, but I have no water in my system, basically. Condensation chamber is doing... Yeah, my water is gone. I got a little bit of water in the air, but I don't see any ruptured pipes. I don't have any valves open. Looks like something deleted my water? I keep seeing some weird text over here. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, the water got deleted out of this loop. Explains why these are belly aching. Okay. Oh, that's great. How many other systems got screwed up? And why? Is my water jug out here? I do have a water jug, good. Okay, I'm gonna need a bunch of... Yes, I might not need 600, but I'm gonna need... I'll take 300 liters of it. Makes me wonder what other systems are going to be screwed up. Okay. Okay. I don't want to deconstruct it. I want to mount it. Okay. All right. Okay, let's start with 20 liters. Okay. I would expect to hear hissing, see hissing, something like that, if my pipe actually had a problem. What do we have here? Pressure valve. Is that what it is? That would explain why I've got so much over here. That's strange. That would explain where it went, but okay. Oops. Log scale. Let's see. Temperature of 10 degrees. 10 kPa. So 10 kPa. All right. That prevent me from freezing. Now, why? Whatever. These ought to be a lot happier. This is already a lot happier. That's a lot happier. I guess it's a good thing I checked on that. So, yep. I purged it all out. Oh, good. Well, at least now I don't have to worry about my greenhouse for a while. It's got 205 liters in it. Oh well. Okay, you're at 40 liters. You're at 40 liters, you're at 40 liters, you're at 40 liters, 40 liters. 20, 40, 40. Okay, so all of the evaporation chambers are at maximum. And we're still barely scratching. What are we doing over here? We still have no pressure, so we are condensing everything. Okay. Yep, alright. Still would like to move a little bit more liquid over here, but it looks like we're good. We are good, so... yeah. Cool. Okay, that makes sense why it was making some of the noises. Some of the noises, not all the noises, but... data cable doesn't matter, but I'm going to plug it in anyway. This goes up top, so we're going to move these over is what we're going to do. Just have to expecting those to bash my face in or something. So we're originally coming from this side to that side. We are gas and liquid. So we're gonna go this way. And then we're going to gas and liquid, but we're going to rotate it once more. There we go. Okay. I do have some concerns here. But you're the output. I'm actually going to... maybe I won't join it over here. Well, I will join it over here. Because you are liquid input. Okay. You go this way, and you are input, output. There we go. Okay. Okay. That almost kind of works. My God, stop jumping like an Olympic gymnast. Okay. Okay. All right. I should have some flow going. Got a lot of throughput. $82. Waiting for this to
Hunger caution.
figure out its life, because I did kind of have it overloaded. 26.4, so we are 26.4, trying to move it in the correct direction here. But we have gas at a very high stress level here and going up. Oh, Jesus. Right. I screwed this up. This might be a problem.
Oxygen low.
Because somebody's an idiot. That's a problem. That is definitely a problem. Dumbass. Okay. These actually should be black pipe. Don't know if this is exactly the time to tinker around with that. Okay. Alright. That is a problem. Okay. Temperature's going down. This liquefies out. Let's valve. I don't have a valve on me. I got a valve right here. Okay. Condensation valve. Luckily, we have something we can do this with. Let's get that black pipe out here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright. Crisis averted. Dumbness ensued. I bet you're cranking a little better now. There we go. Okay. That was stupid. That was très stupide. Okay, so we fixed that. We're back to nitrogen. Luckily, we didn't really contaminate this system. So, okay, let's eat, drink, and be merry. Let that settle down a little bit. Oh, wow, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Okay, another batch of fries. And we'll probably want to take a shower. Okay, that was great. What's your problem? Oh, that's interesting. My cryogenic liquid is below that temperature. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever, we'll get that figured out in time. Okay, so let's take a look at this. 32. Twelve kilojoules, 10 kilojoules, 40, 20, almost 40, 40, 40. Okay, so we do have enough pollutant now. We technically could condense more. Let's see, what are you running? 89 degrees and increasing. 60, that's not all that impressive. But what I was originally going to do is check each step along the way. So we're at 75. Our gas is coming out. Well, actually, what should we do? We should probably gases coming out of the evaporator. 58. Then stage 1. 64. Stage 2. 70 degrees. And 75 coming out. I don't feel like that much has increased. We're flowing. $82 in. 67 out. So what's our 78, 68, 72, 63. See, as far as I know, this won't really help with the... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. See just how far down we get. Just how far down we get. So it didn't really affect the overall rate, I don't believe. Well, this is actually pretty cranking. Well, you're not cranking very hard. I have no. Wait, what? No longer have any gas? You're low. Do I have this hooked up wrong or something? Output. Input. Because you're 118, but you're 3.2 megapascal. I don't have any gas on this side. So that would tell me that it is all well, I'd say condensating, but it's not dropping out. Evaporating. No, not condensating, evaporating. Oh, it's gas. Should be condensing. Whatever. We'll see. That should affect my overall range. So on low loads, I should be able to go further down. Okay, all right. So that's going 56 kilojoule here. 56 kilojoules. All I'm moving over here. Am I running out of? If I got these far enough apart, I could do that over here too. Which I... Technically, if I move that tank, I would have the ability to... No, I don't have the range over here. Okay. Too condensed over here. Oh, goodness. I'm going to get stuck in my cooling system. Okay, onward to the next thing. The original thing. To the original thing. Cancel depressurize. There we go. Just put 3 in series between the two units and it did very well. Yeah, it seems like it should.
Oxygen low.
Why are you so loud over here? Huh. You seem extra loud for some reason. Oh yes, the salt heater. I gotta check on that at some point too. Okay. There we go. I then check what 1 would do, and the 3 did a little more than 3 times what 1 did. Okay. Cool. Here's our computer. There's our rocket control motherboard. Okay, portables connector, we're going to go ahead and put it there. Insulated. Volume pump. Pipes, we're going to disconnect that. Throw this in here. Crap. Pipes go there. Rocket stuff. Seems like it should go over here. Rocket scanner, umbilicals. There's that. Okay. Alright, I am not going to use the regular suit. I'm going to dump that right here for now. Actually, I need to use that suit. Never mind. For at least hooking up the fuel lines. Okay, so rocket control motherboard. I need a isolation technique here. Transformer. Do I want to go ahead and do a medium? I technically could do a medium. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll use a medium. Okay. Chips and all that. Oh, dear Lord. Pipes. I do have the pipes with me. Right here. Take the pipes because we're going to need the pipes. Vent. Battery. Battery's not included? Pipe ladder. Well, the funny thing is I got kind of distracted, so don't remember what we need. Pipes. Chutes, technically. Yeah, let's take some... Well, I already got the thing, so yeah, okay. Let's pull this on.
Oxygen low.
Let's pop that off. Okay. Suit on. AC on. So I'm going to need the jetpack to do the fuel lines in the chutes from the umbilicals. Okay, so we are going to... How do I want to do this? One fuel line, one chute line. So I think we can do that. Pipes. Kind of wish that I printed off more pipes, because that's atrocious. That is atrocious. Let's go ahead and our transformer here. We're going to do a medium. How many frickin'... It take 3? Jeez. I thought it was only 2. Well. Said I needed more pipe. Oh, that's bright. Bright in my face. Do you recommend a transformer actually feeling the battery umbilical? Yeah, from what I understand, it only passes 5,000, but 5 kilowatts. But yeah, insulated pipe. We're gonna need a whole bunch. Let's do 100. Let's do 200. 200. Take off the helmet. Take that off. Take that with me. That was a bust. Okay, harm suit. Open this up to grab this, which is the chutes. We're a little lean on it. Chutes, we're going to need a bunch of. I think 100. Yeah, 100 is a good start. Okay. Close that for now. Close that for now. Might as well close that for now. Close that for now. Get over to here. And we'll go check on... Oh, actually, we could do this. 18.1 degrees, so we are cooling. We are cooling. .1, 8.2. Alright, pretty happy. How are we doing over here? 90 degrees on the output. Condensed 84. Actually, a lot of liquid on this side. Okay. As long as we still full over here, it's looking pretty good. Alright. 10 kilojoules. 10 kilojoules. So 60 kilojoules of heat being moved, give or take, by these phase change devices. A little bit more. Point. I got this set to 19, right? 19. 19. What's pollutant at 19? 1900. Yeah, cold. And we are using oxygen as the dump, so we're good there. We're not going to liquefy. Okay. Speaking of which, what's my oxygen over here? Down to 7, good. 25, 25, 25, 17 degrees. Dumping a little bit of heat into it though, so can't blame it for kind of struggling. The struggle bus is real. Okay, there's pipes here. Go. Top off everybody. More chutes. Chutes and ladders. Yeah, there's that. I don't need the glass for the moment. Plastic. I don't think I need the plastic for the moment. I should probably dump this canister. That is way too full. Oh, ad break. I'm gonna dump my waste tank and take a pause. BRB. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully everybody's back from advertisements. Emptied out my waste canister while I wait here, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, so now we got some insulated pipe. Maybe I need to just start using backpacks. Backpack within a backpack. Okay, that's good. I think a good start for this system here. Oh, let's see. The Tuver says the 3 exchangers are maintaining a 70-degree difference. Mine, so the output on my cold pipe, 16.2. I think I'm actually winning the battle there. What's our evaporation chambers are running 14 degrees. Condensation chambers are running, yeah, 80 degrees. 80-degree difference, give or take. Now, if that's... I also don't have a huge heat load going on anymore, but maybe that's enough. Pushed it harder, and now the 3 are holding a 200-degree difference. Well, that's cool. Now, that's where I figured it would be the larger differences. So I think, like with my water, my evaporation over here is running 91. Condensation, when they actually have something in them, 127. So I guess these aren't really doing as good as I thought they'd be. So maybe that's an argument for, well, yeah, putting more heat exchangers in. Definitely for the overall temperature difference. And these are... yeah, okay, they're kind of floating around 14.1 based on the heat load that I put into it. So at this point, the only way that I could really improve my cooling... Ooh, I'm actually running out of liquid. So in that case would be to put more condensation chambers. But, well, not necessarily. Maybe I just need more gas. Maybe I just need more pollutant, because I'm running out of... I barely have anything for the condensers to condense against. So they can't push the heat. So maybe that's part of the play. Part of the play. Good evening, Creative. How are you doing? Let's see. I can take... Oh, right, because I will be wearing these. Give me a little bit more carrying capacity. You know, I think that's actually sufficient. That should be sufficient. I never turned off my air conditioner on this, so that's great. Tis going all right. Good. Building supplies. Awesome. That is awesome. $1,000 worth of wood? Yeah. That's easy to do. I picked up $300 worth yesterday. It was only 7 chunks. Not yesterday. Sunday? Was it Sunday? It was over the weekend. And it was only 7 chunks of wood. It is ridiculous. Okay, so actually, I think I'll put my... I don't know how I want to do this. I'm going to call this temporary. I'm going to call it temporary. Yes, umbilical here. Okay. I like the idea of this. Now, I don't know if that's going to be too much. Yeah, that's going to be too much. So let's go 5. Why are the hitboxes so weird on this? There we go. It's me there. I don't know why I'm trying to do Space Engineers controls. That's weird. I haven't played Space Engineers in forever. It's never enough. Isn't that the truth? So in this case, we will do also 3. And then a shoot corner down. Need more shoots. Definitely need more shoots than that. Okay, and then this is power. I don't need to do anything with that. Okay. 850-ish was solely for shelf making in the shipping container. I can believe it. I can believe it. I bought a bunch of 6x6s and 6x4s for a project I've got in the pole barn. Tool belt, harm suit, hard suit backpack, heavy cable. There we go. There we go. Cricky. I'm done here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Jeez. There we go. So now we have input. I heard a Discord bing. Bet that's Triari streaming. Ah! Sliding. Gonna have hanging shelves, so no wood on the bottom, so oddly shaped items can be placed under the shelves. That makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, now how do I want to go about this? This is the part that I don't know how I want to do. Interface this with my other part of the base. Maybe that's where, you know, as much as I don't really... Oh, shit. Ah! And that's why I wear a jetpack. Oh crap, the pylons use the super duper heavy cable. What's that take? Never built any. Built from this Electrum and Constantan. That's doable, I think. Let's go ahead and toss these off for now. What is it? Yeah, I don't have room for stuff. My hands are too full. Touchdown pylons? Yeah, back to lurking. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Good luck with your wowing. Super heavy cable. I guess I better, well, first. Electronics printer, tier 2. Is this bug still a thing? It sure is. Okay, let's do that. Plow over the boxes. Cable. Super heavy cable. Let's go. Let's print off a few. I'll be seeing how well the plan goes. Hopefully it'll hold well. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully. Good God. I do feel like the pylons are the way to go for this particular project. Power pylon from electronics printer also. Using 2. Okay. And they stacked to 10 at least. So that's 150 steel. Hopefully I've got enough. How are we doing on Electrum and Constantan? Okay. Alright, that's fine. No idea if you tried the electrical belt, but I noticed the other items that select the cable slots and try to go into that slot instead of the other slots it can go into. That wouldn't surprise me. I've seen some weird stuff. I have not tried it. I haven't... Saw somebody using the cable gun, and it seems... If you're running literal miles of cable, seems pretty good. But if you're running from one side of the room to the other, it doesn't seem like it's that helpful, since it can't merge, can't do any of that fun stuff. Ooh, 12.1. We are winning the battle. So that's good. I want to take a look over here and see how some of our other stuff's doing. I should probably also check my alcohol supply. 1,000 liters of alcohol. We are still full. Still got 5k biomass to deal with, so I need another fermenter. So my fermentation station is not good enough. So yeah, Mage was vocal about how he didn't like the long cables. Yeah, they, what's this? It's cardboard box with grow lights. Okay. And electronic parts. Yeah, I unless I'm going through frames, yeah. If almost feels like, I don't know, yeah. Other than that, end up ripping them out. Yeah, I do the same thing too. Put it down thinking I'm good, and then, yeah, no, definitely not. Okay, so what's our oxygen is 7 degrees. That's cool. It's cool. Nice. I feel like I should cool down a little bit. You're doing that weird thing where it's 20 degrees, but you're not cooling, and yeah, something weird going on with those things. Okay, we're trying to keep our nitrogen cool. What do we got? About 25 degrees. Less than a kilojoule load. Wait, that's... Yeah, that's nitrogen. Where's... Oh, this is the funky setup for the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is below 25 degrees, so that's staying cool. My combustor's been running non-stop for, I don't know, 3 episodes now? Not... Oh, more than that. Let's see. On our minus run, I made pipes go 10 long, then 1 repeating. 1 long repeating. Yeah, that would make sense. Then you have a thing. Long pipes are useful, yep. It's been a year. Where's the redeemables? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta figure that out. I mean, it's not that I need to figure it out. I need to figure out good ones. Okay, water. We're down to 48 degrees. That's something. And the steam over here. Yeah, we're not moving, like, anything, because there's no steam pressure. We got over here. Looked like it was up to 15 kilojoules. Okay, yeah. So we're moving a little 15 kilojoules of heat. Oh, do I have that purge valve on? I do have the... No, I do have... Oh, it's pressurant. Trying to pressure this up. Yeah, let's turn this off. I get some pre-cooling before it dumps in over here. I don't know. Probably at the end of the day, doesn't make much of a difference. Does it come over as liquid? And... I don't know. I got this trying to cool down the whole shop while I make methane. What is our methane level at? I really need a central... Ooh, 14.6 kilomole. That's a big improvement from where it was. Okay. Alright. Can I get the rocket? Alright, pylons. Needed the pylons. Curious. 14 point... Okay, so this is kind of rocking back and forth. Not winning the battle, though. That's... We're still printing? Still printing. Did I say 100 or 200? I think I just said 100. Oh, wow. That takes a lot longer than I thought it would. Quan said it's not enough space. Oh. Suppose I should mention next year's building plan. We got 2 shipping containers 20 foot apart. We are going to build a roof over that gap to put vehicles and machines in. As Quan said, it's not enough space. Yeah, that sounds good. Like a good plan too, and should be able to get a lot in there. Basically, make a barn. I need to build up a greenhouse, that's for sure. I am struggling with my current gardening setup. Okay, alright. Computer, I think I'm just gonna have to drop the computer down. Oh, frames. Do I have frames laying around? Got sheets laying around. Arm suit, backpack. I got 2 frames. Got 2 frames, not good enough. Not good enough. $60 frames. Pylon. Power pylon. Ooh. You know, it's kind of interesting that somehow the item hash generator is actually pulling up the proper printer and its contents. Very strange. Now, do I have enough for steel? That's... Ugh, I used a lot of steel. Goodness. Goodness!
Hydration critical.
Hydration critical? I guess that means eat, drink, and be merry. What are you doing over here? What the heck's the suit? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I kicked it off in the middle of the room. Not in the corner like I thought it was. Drinking fountain. I really should do a drinking fountain. Squirrel! Speaking of ours needs to get repaired. Yeah. So I've been noticing in the area around here is everybody's letting their barn go to pot and falling down. It's very disheartening. Okay. I'm not going to bother with that. This... You know what? I'll leave it as is. Well, you know, okay, so I was going to use the power pylons, but I just came to the realization that that might not be my answer. Like floor joists for upstairs, floor is sagging and broken in places. A few posts need their cement pad lifted up or put new. Dirt floor in the barn is about 140 years old, yeah. 1889 on it. All the electrical needs to be redone. Yeah, that sounds like it's one of those projects where you want to get to it before it really becomes a problem. Are we printing? Okay, we are printing frames. All right. I definitely know how those projects... If you ignore them long enough, they become a huge problem. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. There's the frames that I was looking for. Those are the frames I was looking for. I don't need the harm suit on. Or, I mean, I don't need the regular suit, so I can just deal with this one. Hard suit jetpack. So this would go into the harm. Wait, isn't the harm suit? Oh, because circular reference. Circular reference. Can't put it in the. Can't put it in self. Okay, I know what it is. So I need to put it here. That's where it needs to go. Okay. All right. All right. Enough of this.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical.
Air on. Filter on. Well, the barn at my mom's collapsed a few years ago. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Whoop, wrong way. Okay, what do we got here? Offset a little bit. So definitely not want this barn to collapse. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Crap. Do I just want to... There's the power. Open that up. Shoots, I don't need that right now. I'm just going to actually drop this here for right now. Just to get it out of my backpack. There we go. Okay. Maybe we actually go out a little bit further, but can't deal with that right now. Pipes. Shoot, put all the pipes down too. I guess I need to go potty. Crap. Actually, I think we can do something with this. So let's see. Put you on the floor like this. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. It's going to be asking for trouble. Uh-huh. Okay, that's what I figured was going to happen. That's exactly what I figured was going to happen. Why? Because it's trying to merge, trying to merge, trying to merge, trying to merge, and then it shoots past. Okay. Feels like it's asking for trouble. Feels like it's asking for trouble. Okay. There we go. Okay. I definitely need the other deal there. Walking the tightrope. No, I can't do that with cables. But I feel like it should be basically the same thing. Straight, and then a 10. Ooh. Okay. Straight, back up. Really? There we go. That's way too much. Way too much involved in this trapeze act here. Got another beat boop. Another Discord beep boop. There we go. I think that's... Yeah, okay. I really should just use the jetpack for this. Really, really, really should use the jetpack. Alright. Pre-mixed fuel. Yeah, so we'll switch this out and use the actual jetpack. Maybe with a little more thrust so I don't lose as much. 298, so we're still doing good here. Air off, filter off. Okay, first off, what's in here? What's in the backpack? Gonna need that, gonna need that. I don't need frames. Grab that, grab that. Stuff this right here for now. Oh, I guess I wanted 200. That's good. And that's the regular suit and everything. Okay. Let's go hit the can real quick. No, I guess let's put that on. How we doing? 19.2 degrees, so we're fighting. We are fighting. I should have used the Space John last time I was in here, but there we go. Okay. Make the transition here. So use the jetpack. Pull up the cables. Throw that up would probably be a good idea. There's chutes. Play soccer.
Oxygen
Okay, AC on because I forgot to turn it off. It's about par for the course. Let's go ahead and throw this. So, opinion time. Which do you think is worse? Painting the recycled water golden or brown? Ah, that's a good question. I would probably go with brown. Would be worse. Or better? You know what? I'm actually going to toss this right here because this just seems like a good place to stuff it. That's what I told Totem. Brown, stay away from brown. Okay, turn that on even though I don't have a connection yet. Jetpack. Alright. Actually surprised that let me do it. Have cable. Whoa, holy shit! Okay. That was a random, I mean, I think it's because I got away from my pipe, but gee whiz. So if that's the case, then it means I gotta have my... Dang it! I forgot the pipes. Well, let's see if just being around the cable is enough. Crap, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, straight 10. It's actually really hard to tell in the Venus light. Okay. I think one more is the way to go. This is really hard to see in the Venus light. Is that yellow? That is definitely not yellow. That's yellow. There we go. Alright. I say we now do our corner. Find the pixel, I guess. There we are. Okay. Just expecting it to drop out of the sky here any moment. Good. Okay. Alright. Alright. I knew it. There we go. Okay. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, it's getting a little easier to manage, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I think that's about right. Brilliant. Here is the... Ten might actually be the way to go. Too long. 5 might be the way to go. The bathrooms are whitish. Oh, if it was brown, it would look like the men's bathroom where I used to work at. Oh, actually, no, that was right. 10 would work. Although, from what I understand, women's bathrooms are far worse than any guy's restroom. Which I believe. There we go. Okay, we have a really... Okay, that's ridiculous looking, but... We have power. Or should have power. I was told some guy comes in once in a while, and if we see him, we're to tell him to leave. Power. Power. Whoops. Okay, let's just label it. I think 10,000 is a good number. Okay. All right, we have that. We can fire out our umbilical. We are charging. We are charging. Good. Jump off the side of the mountain. Working retail, I had to clean a few. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine. Let's see. That is there. That's on. We'll turn that on even though we don't need it. And then, yeah, okay, so good. Everything there that we need.
Waste tank
Waste
caution.
tank caution. I don't have the the plumbing that I need right now. But I think, well, actually, I gotta think about what I want to do with the ice, because I do want to use this as a thermal dump. Because why waste all that energy? Okay, so let's go deal with our waste tank for one. And I don't need a control room right now. As much as it would be nice, I don't need a control room. But I do need fuel pipes. Okay, there's that. We can take this off for the moment. Waste tank. Alright, there's that. Good. Okay, now we got the fuel pipe. We have fuel. I don't know how much. I want to be able to... Ooh. I guess I need an analyzer on the... Ooh. Okay. There was one time I was training a new guy and a lady went into the bathroom, came out, and the entire store smelled horrendous. The new guy bought air spray and sprayed it everywhere. Oh, boy. There we go. We got all those, even though I'm not going to use the pylons. Now, if they had a pylon that worked for chutes and a pylon that worked for plumbing, or, you know, pipes, that'd be great. Okay, so what do I need? I got power. We're charging up there. I'm going to need to get this fuel up there. I want an analyzer. Let's see, pipe. Oh, geez. I want a pipe analyzer. So I'm actually amazed that I don't have any sitting there. I don't? Wow. Okay. I guess I need to print off a few. And a turbo pump. Analyzer. 5. I think that's what they stack to. Also, I got it stuffed in another... No, those are batteries. Those are nuclear batteries. Got a regular old pipe meter, though. It's pipes, that, chutes. I'm going to skip the chutes for now. I'm going to need a turbo pump. I would like to have one of these just for fun. Okay, and a pipe analyzer. So I think what I'm going to do is real simple. If the rocket is at the launch pad with no destination set, the umbilicals will be out. And then I'll have something independently controlling the fuel pipe that if it's connected, that it'll pressurize as needed. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's see. Well, if they made a pylon for chutes, it had to have ladders too. Yes, absolutely. To be honest, I wish I could build nice like what you have now. Whoa! I don't know if what I have is nice. It's something though. I'm gonna stick with this suit for now.
Oxygen.
That's on. My Venus base I did start to decorate. I keep playing it too, but I get distracted. Yeah, I have a squirrel problem for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely have a squirrel problem. And this is going to be interesting because it's going to be in the dark. We have this, we have that. What do I need? I want... Okay, let's see. I feel like this is a good spot for a turbo pump. Right here. Oh, the pipe meter can actually fit onto these? That's interesting. Does it actually work? Okay, turbo pump. We're going to head and do that. Need moles? I've never seen a squirrel dig tunnels. Well, I've seen them dig, but there we go. Where's my... Whoa! Really, you haven't? They don't make tunnels, but they will make a little dig out next to a building for sure. My old house, we had ground squirrels. Oh, ground squirrels. Yeah, that's a little different story. Drug so many tunnels. I don't think pipe analyzer would go on long pipes. Yeah, I don't think so, but the pipe meter does. Let's see. Well, it says that it works. If that's true, who knows? That is fascinating, though. Since this one has to work, I'm going to put it on a section that I know will work. This one is just for my pleasure, so I'll leave that that way, because it doesn't replace the pipe. Yeah, that does make sense. So my idea is that when this umbilical is connected, so when the umbilical is connected, bring this up to a specific pressure. When that is disconnected, evacuate it, which that could be... I probably have to have a safety on there too, that it cannot have Venus atmosphere in there or anything else. Never seen more than one squirrel at a time on the farm, but we definitely got gophers, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay, so we got this. Let's run this out. This is... Oh, actually, did I have that hooked up? I do have that hooked up. Let's go ahead. Oh my goodness. I'll throw these all out, even though they don't really make a difference. Okay. Alright. So we are umbilicaled up. Turn that on. We will work on that in a second. Now let's get gas over here. So this is going to be a premix gas. It's just going to be O2 volatile. Oh, sorry, O2 methane. Okay. Oop, I gotta... Let's see. Using yeah, I'm using the insulated inline tanks. Because the rocket fuel tanks aren't insulated and heat up. That's one reason I started building silos. Yeah, that part kind of irritates me, that they don't have any insulated tanks for the actual rocket. Because, I mean, that just seems like a no-brainer. But I guess it is what it is. And as far as density goes, even if you could ignore the insulation problem, I don't know if it'd be better off using a fuel tank or a just a bunch of inline tanks. Okay, this doesn't look like it lined up. Oh, it did. Need more chutes, or yeah, chutes. Need more chutes. There's that. Whoop! Hey, stop! 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 Okay. Down, down. Yeah, speaking of silos, I do want to build a silo. If you use medium hangar doors, oops. Small overhangs, just enough to catch a rocket. Oh, yeah, the smalls do. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. So I want to get this fueled up. That's my big thing. This is going to work. Okay, that's pretty close to where I want to be. I think this is where I really want to be. One below. Okay. Ad break. Be back in a second here. Alrighty, welcome back. So, I want to get our fuel. Ooh, okay. Speaking of which, those long pipes. Yeah. What am I dealing with right here? So this is 48 megapascal. It's dangerously high, but is it stupid high? Okay. Alright, alright, alright.
Storm incoming.
Hey, storm incoming. Okay, 5 and 1. Okay, there's that. I need to crack this open. And 3 pipes right here. Throw the glass sheet in. Okay. I gotta be careful about the glass box that I create there. I need to grab more pipe. Need to grab more pipe. Let's see, we got that, we got that. Is that all the pipe? That was all the pipe. That'll work though. That'll get us where we need to go. I'm not worried about the chute right now, because I'd rather get it programmed, ready to go, and into orbit. Ooh, I better turn on the AC. Okay, so pull this out. Whoa, hello. There we are. 10. Stop it. Okay, 10. I'm gonna run into a problem here with the... now. Okay. All right. Oh, that does work. That does work. Awesome. Okay, minor fuel pump. Minor fuel pump. Actually, fuel pump. Yeah, okay. Fuel pipe. That otherwise is linked. Okay, so we will... Fuel. You know what? Actually, let's just name it all fuel. Because there's a fuel mix, there would be oxidizer, and then there would be, well, I guess technically fuel. Be a fuel mix. Anyway, so this will refill this. That'll work. Okay. So now we can get inside and start working on a program for ground control. Is there anything in here that needs to be refilled, I should say? So we are working at the moment with that. Let's take off our suit. Okay, so we're going to have ground control script. Don't I? Somewhere around here I've got to have an IC-10 floating around. There it is. Take that out too, and ensure that as well. Why not? Okay. It goes in there. Alright, so here's our chip. Goes into this. Alright. So we're going to have a storm. Let's see. H. Pipe sensor. Pipe analyzer. This is going to be a regular pipe analyzer. Analyzer. H pipe. Turbo. Pump. Turbo pump. Gas. Right, left. I don't know what right and left are. Forward, back. I don't know. H, umbilical. Umbilical. Not a socket. Umbilical. Gas. Let's see. Define. Avionics. Okay. Hash avionics. All right, so we got the avionics, we got the pump, umbilical. We would have, let's see, fuel umbilical. You know, maybe gas umbilical. Gas pump. Gas sensor. Because there would be a liquid variant, and then potentially a name. Define fuel mix, hash, fuel. You know what? Define gas fuel mix, gas fuel. Yeah, I don't know. No. Fuel mix, fuel. Okay. Volatile. Define oxidizer. I might be overthinking this ground control script. Initialize. First, we're going to set batch H gas sensors on 1. Set batch H gas pump on 0. Gas umbilical on 1. We want that on. Avionics, I don't think we're going to have to worry about. Main. Yield. Jump to main. So, this is ground control script is what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll even write that. Just so I'm not confused. Rocket ground control. Okay. Okay, load bat or load. I guess would be load batch, wouldn't it? Alias reference avionics R0. I'm gonna do the other by batch, but the avionics seemed like it'd be a good one. Load batch into reference avionics. Device hash is going to be H avionics, hash avionics. Reference ID, and then I guess some. Okay. Branch device not valid. Device reference avionics. Logic type is going to be destination code. And if it is not valid, jump back to init. We're gonna here pre-init. We're gonna set db mode 1. Set db setting string init. SDB setting string scan. All right. So the idea here, check foreground clearance. Is there anything that I'm gonna? There is. Okay, there are. Right. So let's alias Boolean. Grounded. R1. Okay, so we're going to load R15 from device reference avionics. Logic type is destination code. Load R14 from the avionics is going to be current code. Okay. So first we want set equals 0, R15. Set equal R14 is R14 needs to equal home. Okay. For 1.15, I think is where we are. Define home platform. I could probably actually, you know what? Okay. This is going to be a generic one. It's not going to do any homing stuff, so I can actually come up with an idea here. Is there like a set between? That one I don't know. That would be nice if there was a set between. Set range, select. I know there's select equals 0, 0, greater than, less than, sign, left, not equal to, that's in between, right shift, XOR, okay. So what we're gonna do first, let's do R13. If R14, so current code has to be greater than it has to be greater than 3,000 And this will work for the current. We also need to set less than... Well, we'll just do this. R14 has to be less than... Let's just do 0, 1, 1. So... No, wait a minute, hang on. It's got to be... Okay, it's got to be greater than 3,000. Because... Let's take a look at this on the map. See what I'm going. Okay, I wrote my self-tuning phase change code. Awesome. So if we look here... It's for the battery. There. I guess I need to actually be able to read things. Why are the scanners on? I'm a little confused why the scanners are on. Oh, okay, that's looking at something different. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, what I'm saying, so Venus orbit is 0015. This cloud is 0115. This is 0215. The planet starts at 40, 4015, 4115. Yeah, okay, yeah, we don't have any communications to this one. That's fine. And then these are 210115 or 42, you know, whatever. So as long as it is basically greater than 10, it's got to be basically starting at 40, but I don't know what that's limited to. And then that should... Okay, so this would fall... Yeah, so this is less than 3,000, 3000. This is also less than 3000. This is more than 3000. So I think that will tell me that we are indeed on the planet. At least for Venus. Now, I don't know how that goes for other planets.
Hunger critical.
I guess I should eat, drink, and be merry. But we have the ground definition. We know what ground is. Okay. I can sympathize with Stationeer here. It's so busy wrapped up in the code that you forget to eat.
Hunger caution.
Okay, need more oil soon. I don't think I need to take a shower. I could take a shower. Alright, let's get back in the code. So if we know it is on the planet and not beyond the first stage, then we know we are at home. So, and R14 has to be R12 and R13. Actually, R14. Right, wait, hang on. Right. Now we can and Boolean grounded. R14 and R15. So destination code is not set. Current code is on the planet. Okay, so this will change how our perception is. So in this case, we could Okay, so we will set batch. Device hash is going to be gas umbilical. Logic type open. Umbilical, whatever, power, doesn't matter. Mode, left, right, center. Okay, open. Will equal to grounded. And we can do that for the liquid, we could do that for the chutes, we could do that for whatever. But right now we only have gas. So now we need to load batch by name into R15. Device hash is going to be gas sensor. Name hash. This is going to be fuel mix, right? Fuel mix. Logic type. Don't know if I want to put this here or elsewhere. We want to see pressure. Let me real quick do this. So let's branch greater than, not equal to 0, grounded, to fuel. Umbilical check, sure. AL. Let's see. Not equal to 0, so it's grounded. Fill umbilical. Branch equal 0, AL, be grounded. Empty umbilical. So fill umbilical. Jump RA. Empty umbilical. Jump RA. Okay, so the idea is we want to fill it. We want to read the pressure here. Load into R15. For now, H gas sensor. Fuel mix. Logic type, pressure. Average. Okay. For gas umbilical, set. Okay. I don't want to make an assumption here. Set batch by name. H, gas pump, name hash, fuel mix. Setting. Not setting. Setting is probably just going to be 100. Maybe I should make that. Logic type. Mode. X. I'm going to leave that there. Gas. Pump. Fuel mix on is equal to set greater than, or set less than. If R15 is less than 57,500, I think that'd be good. I could probably go a little bit higher, but I want to have some leeway. R14. That'll work. Load batch R15H gas sensor fuel mix pressure average. You know what? Let's make it maximum. That actually sounds like a better idea. Set greater than 0, R14. If R15, set batch H gas pump, fuel mix, mode Y, SBN H gas pump, fuel mix on R14. So that's the idea. We will turn the pump on and off based on that. This one, however, we also want to know load batch name R14H gas sensor, fuel mix. Ratio. Hydro. Let's do pollutant. Average. Set equals 0. And R13 has to be R14 and R15. There we go. So if there's any pollutant in the line, we are not withdrawing it. Good evening there, Slinky Beast. How are you doing today? Let's see. We need a power umbilical. Let's see. Define H power umbilical. Power umbilical right there. Let's define H shoot umbilical also. Shoot umbilical. Doing good. Saw you were playing Stationeers and had to pop in. Well, thank you for joining us. Right now I'm trying to work on my ground control script for my mining rocket, so I can send it up into getting volatile ice. Right now I'm just trying to get it fueled up, filled up. Let's see. Let's find set batch H power umbilical open and be grounded. Set batch H shoot umbilical open be grounded. Boolean grounded. Okay, so this might need to handle storage on rocket. I don't know. Want to see this Venus base you were mentioning the other night? Yeah, absolutely. It's right now I'm in my greenhouse just relaxing. But I've got a few things set up. Get an opportunity to see my cooling system. So this is where it all started. This is the front airlock. Of course, terrain update and all that, so it's a little bit different. This used to be basically built into a mountain. Now it's kind of floating. But this room here was the original. All my ACs were right here. Greenhouse is pretty much in the original location. But I slowly started expanding my original water setup. And then I started stuffing cooling loops in. What am I down to? Ooh, I'm down to a single degree. That's awesome. And we are still cooling like a madman. Awesome. That is great. So yeah, got some nice cool air here. Built on my atmospherics room for handling all my gases. Still don't have any of the new gases handled except for I have a tank for hydrochloric acid. Just because I got so much of it that keeps infiltrating the base because I'm an idiot. But all the other stuff, carbon dioxide, pollutant, nitrogen, NOS, oxygen, methane. I keep calling it volatiles. Methane. And I do have Silenol that I rarely get any of. But water. Water, of course. Water, of course. Speaking of which, how am I doing here? I am 340 liters. And building some pressure over here. We are condensing. And how are we doing on alcohol? Alcohol, 900 liters. I feel like I'm actually losing the battle there. What all can hydrochloric acid be used for? I haven't really seen any uses for it yet. Yeah, that's, at the moment, nothing really. Hydrochloric acid, that it has... It doesn't... It's not even really a good coolant, so to speak. But there is a temperature range in which it... I think pollutant actually goes both ends of the spectrum. Yeah. So, not really the best choice. What I do want to do is... I can mine it, and I would use the ice for a thermal dump, but that's about it. Normally I'd just throw it away. Can technically be used as cooling working gas, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, that's... yeah. Yeah, I imagine when we finally get to reactors, it'll be a thing. That would be extraordinarily nice. And then over here, I have my fancy production room. And I think some others. Where to start? This is the end of the chain. So I have my production machines all hooked up. I have a... just pump heat into it, then jettison it into the atmosphere. It's exactly what I'm going to do with the ice. And I think they should work it into refining. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's yeah, instead of having a combustion centrifuge or anything, you could literally break it apart with acid, then recombine it with some kind of base. But my order system here, I punch up a particular item that I want, and the number that I want, and then just pull the appropriate lever, and it'll make it for me. My recent addition here with all this chute worked is if I run out of a reagent, it'll actually place an order for like a gold ingot. And I've got some storage silos up on top of the roof that have those finished ingots, and it'll ship it automatically. I'll show you the supply side. Requirement to smelt uranium or something. Yeah, that'd be good. So in here is my furnace room. So over here I got my ore silos, with the exception of lead that's stored as an ingot, and my degassing furnace. So I bring in excuse me, anything that I manually mine I throw in here, but I have a couple outposts that I'll bring ore to be centrifuged here. It'll centrifuge here, come in, run through this furnace. Make sure that it's degassed is what this is all about. Ore gets degassed, comes through here, stored in the silo. And then I got my 4 furnaces. I've got one chip that's walking through and seeing if I can make stuff. If I need to make stuff, if I can make stuff. And then it will make stuff. But it'll put out an order and say this needs to be made. Then the appropriate furnace will grab all the materials, auto smelt it. So these are 4 temperature ranges, and they adjust pressure as needed. So they make up the alloy and ship it up to the silos upstairs to wait for the production machines to call for it. See, do you have a YouTube video with your working on this? Yes, absolutely. I've got all of my series so far on YouTube. And you can see me beat my head against so many different things. Finally got it working using chutes, or the digital flip-flops. These are a godsend. Now the only issue that I have is, I think, Inconel, because it's got an extraordinarily tight pressure range. And it's kind of... I've gotten most of it out, but sometimes I've botched the batch, so... Yeah, doing chutes and redoing them. Yeah, originally I tried using chute valves, and the biggest problem is that the silos would sometimes spit out an extra ore, and that was problematic. So I haven't had a problem with that with the new setup. The only thing that I've had a problem with is Inconel falling out of the temperature range and dumping some reagent mix out. But other than that, pretty good. Did I empty this entire pipe? Ugh. Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, ooh, okay, that's trying to maintain 45 megapascals. Okay. Yeah, that's just maintaining the pressure in this network. That's not even pressurizing the rocket. Oh dear. Is one yield too much? It's not even that, actually. The loop where I had it checking the silo output had no yield, so it was going as fast as it possibly could, and it still would spit one out. So there's just something about the silo. Or maybe my computer's just a potato and it didn't like that. But right now, I'm trying to write up my... Which, actually, I need to take this... Oh, I already have it on me. My configuration tablet out with me.
Oxygen low.
I want to see how these turbo pumps are configured. Right and left. Now that kind of concerns me. That does concern me because I don't know... I don't know. Device configuration. Okay, so we are configured... Mode is 0. Okay. Turbo pump. Gas. Mode 0. So that's right. Now, if I... turn this around... I'm assuming that's also right, but let's just make sure. Okay, alright, so right is forward. Okay, so I can deal with that as long as it's consistent. There we go, mode 0. Okay, so mode right is forward. Good, good to know. Now let's rename this fuel mix. Because that's what it is. Fuel mix. And umbilical fuel mix. There we go. Haven't gotten into automating smelting yet. Definitely something I want to do in the future. Yeah, it's there's a million ways to go about it. Some people have one furnace and introduce whatever they need for fuel. In my case, it's just easier to maintain hot gases. But there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. I gotta hit that. And okay, with the self-tuning, I think I could reduce the number of loops needed for the 5 megajoule cooling quite a bit. 120 might be enough. Okay, that'd be kind of neat. That's 5 megajoules. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm moving like 70 at the end. I need to get my automated ore system going before I get auto smelting going. Yeah, yeah, I should have gotten some auto ore gathering stuff going. I've been up till this point manual. There we go. So mode right. Pump direction dot right. What is the logic? What is the wording? Mode. Can I look up a variable? Right. Left. That doesn't work. Actually, what about inward? Then inward. That's... Okay, I might vent that inward. Nope, nope, nope. That's wrong. Because 0 is inward. Or one is inward, but we want 0 for right. So darn, that's not going to work. It's a nuclear plant worth. Yeah, I can see that. Crazy part will be building and controlling the test load system, something like 5,000 pipe heaters. Yeah, that's going to be quite the electric bill. Wonder if it would actually just be easier to find a way to just combust a bunch of fuel. Okay, so right equals fill. Left equals empty. That's what we want. 1/left, 0/right equals fill. So that should work to fill up that umbilical cord. Alright, so I think at this point I think we're good here. Would be a bulk heat. I want to be able to control the ramp in total. Okay, that makes sense. I'd be using modular consoles to make the control panel for the test load. Yeah, that'd be cool. Wonder if they're ever going to implement that into the game as a base. Because it seems like a lot of people use it, and I, for one, would like to have more control over some displays. I don't see anything for pump direction right and left. I think there are a few of those. I'd like to see them implement. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I like to use the words where I can, because then it's just self-documenting. Yeah, there might be a logic... what logic? No, I'm going to the wrong... Logic type. Right and left, maybe? No, that wasn't even in there. Ratio. Lots of ratios. Okay, I ought to be about done with the ratios. Okay, ratio to reagents to recipe. Okay, yeah. So there is no right. There is no right, there is no left. So that's unfortunate. Self-documented code, always good. So I think right here should fuel mix, fuel oxidizer. I'm only doing with fuel mix. Chutes, that's fine. Okay, I think we're ready to go with that.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen low. Oh, that was because the pressure in my suit, I guess, was so low that the volume... Alright, let's pull this out. Now, if this is correct, set up correctly, then I should be good to go. And I shouldn't have a problem. So I can always kill that if I need to. Huh. Dang it. Woohoo. Let's not kill myself. I left my IC-10 housing somewhere. I got the chip. I don't have the housing. Wish there was a way to shift rockets over a space or two so you can have a build area and a launch area that's separate. Yeah, that would be nice. Short of, yeah, I guess right now you would have to launch them. Launch them and land them on a different pad. That'd be silly. Doable, but silly. Where the heck did I... Oh, geez, they're right there. They're right there. That's... And I actually picked this trick up from Balin. Turning the console off on my exterior airlock, so I can't possibly blow the airlock now. Or if I have to, I have to think about it first. It's like, you know, the big red button with the glass cover. You have to think about it because you have to pull the lid to actually pull it. Let's see. That's my plan. Actually, have a building for an area for building, and then a separate area to build the new mounts. Yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna do here? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Drop that in there. I will rename that in a second. Do this. And... okay, first things first. I want to... whoa! Retract. 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 Okay. So the umbilicals should be in. And then with you, let me pull this out, pull you out, pull you out, throw you on the ground, rename you, IC ground control. Okay. Alright. So this should extend the umbilicals and start trying to pump this up. Okay. Kind of interesting. So we have umbilical out, umbilical out, umbilical out. That's good. We are trying to fill. So, good. Let me go ahead and pause here. Got an incoming ad break, but I will go read through comments here. I might even decide to use rockets to be my auto mining since that is controllable. Yeah, I haven't found a way to be able to detect what an ore node is, but I have been able to detect what a gas node is, or an ice node. So that's automated, or automatable. The ores I'm still trying to figure out if it's even possible. We need a crawler transporter so we can have a VAB, then transport rockets to the launch pad. VAB, yeah. So if that is the IC ground control, is the next one IC Major Tom? Something like that. So, okay, so the only thing is the umbilical, I imagine, has a very limited transfer rate or something. This is kind of how it's acting.
Hunger caution.
They better talk to each other. Yeah, okay. Alright, anyway. Ad break. I'm going to take a quick break here. Be right back. Whoa! Alrighty, welcome back. Okay, so this will be yelling at some point. This computer, I think... I don't necessarily like its location. Oh, good, you spat out. That's good. There we go. Now they're singing. They're singing the song. There, just pop that in there. There's that. And we'll grab this. I don't have enough of these. Cool. Alright. Then we gotta go in for more heavy cable. But this looks good. This'll sing. Exactly where it's supposed to. Geronimo! Try not to kill myself here. Song of our people. If it isn't complaining, it's not right. And I need to deal with my waste tank here in a second, so... perfect opportunity Can't wait for my oxygen to actually get down to where I want it to be. I make it so nice. Okay, that's going. Heavy cable, heavy cable. Ooh, I've got heavy cable floating around. I know I do. No? No way I used it all up. There's super heavy cable. I don't want super heavy cable. Huh. Okay, well, a demonstration on the good old order system here. So punch up, I need heavy cable. And I might as well print off 200. Pull the lever. So starts, fires up. It is going to run out of gold, so it will have to call for more gold. Hey, is it you that's complaining? No, it's not you. What pipes are singing? Actually sounds like one of my furnace pipes or something. Let's see, let's drop this here. Empty the waste tank. That's what we want. Put that there. Okay, might as well eat, drink, and be merry and use the can and all that fun stuff while we're here. Eat, drink, and be merry. Maybe that should be one of my redeems. Probably need fries. Yeah, I need fries. And soy oil. I need some soy oil. Good God. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Could get into plant genetics too. That'd be kind of neat. That feels like that would be something good for a multiplayer game. Where you got so many people doing so many things. That somebody can be the botanist. The Mark Watney of the group. I probably should have harvested the potatoes too, but I don't care. At the moment, what's our cooling down to? We are down to 8 below, and we are condensing our carbon dioxide out. That is awesome. That is awesome. Condensation valves actually having a little bit of difficulty catching up with that, but that's cool. 0.7 liters. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, actually. We're doing really good. I'm loving this. So yeah, so these the extra counterflows really helped with that, because we're still, I mean, we're pushing 90 degrees over here, but we're almost 100-degree difference now. Even with the load of the combustor making water non-stop for the last... oh, let's see. 20 minutes a day, right? So we go through like 10 to 15 days per stream. So like the last 2 months straight, the combustor's been running. Hey, where's my heavy cable? We still? Jeez, this stuff's slow. Well, if we wait here long enough, we'll actually get to see it call for an order, because the gold is disappearing. Got 8 more cables and it's going to be out. There we go. There's the cable we wanted. 3. 2.5. So we'll see where it'll stop because it ran out of gold. And the neat thing about doing it this way, the order system, it puts it into the stack, so as soon as you add the reagent, it'll start making it. So you don't have to remember where you left off and all that. So here we go. Can't make it. All right. My chip's going to say, oh, we need gold. Ship the gold. Gold is on its way. Boom. In there. And it just keeps on going. So as long as I have enough ore to supply all of my needs. Still can't figure out what I did with all the heavy cable. There's no way that I used it all. We're still... we are struggling. Ooh. That's a little concerning, actually. That ratio's a mile off right now. That ratio's a mile off.
Oxygen low.
But I think we'll be alright.
Oxygen critical.
I think we'll be alright when we get up there. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't need to be building yet. Okay, we're singing. Alright. There we go. How we doing? What's our ratio here? Okay, so the ratio is just about right, so that's good. Got a little ways to go, because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's test this theory. Alright, so here is all our stuff. So we got our batteries. The batteries are full. That's good. Let's see. We need the gas engine up here. Miner. Battery. I think that's all we really need. Yeah, maybe the avionics we need. So if I go here... Okay, so here's what should happen. When I select a destination, which obviously we can't do, that should retract the umbilicals. And now it should start... Oh. Emptying this pipe until it's 0. Okay, that worked. It worked exactly like it should. Good. It's kind of rare these days that stuff works just like it should. Okay, so we got one megapascal of pressure in here. 2 megapascal. That's probably all that was stuck in this pipe. Ooh. I might actually want to be careful with that. You know, that 50? I think I'll leave it there. Okay. So we disconnected all that good stuff. But if I go here and I clear the destination, it reconnected everything. We started pumping up. This goes slowly to empty. Okay. Yay, that worked. So ground control works. Now, in here, thinking I should probably fuel mix. Oh, hang on, that could be a problem, couldn't it? Onboard fuel mix? I'm just going to rename it real quick. Problem is, I don't want it to see this and that at the same time. which it could. Well, I got a good way of testing that. Well, I don't know about a good way, but I have a way of testing that. So let me go ahead and rename that again. Fuel mix. Okay. We set our destination code. Set destination. Okay. Okay, this is going to retract. Now, when this hits 0, this should shut off. But if it's reading that, please don't read that. Okay. That is a pipe analyzer. And that is also a pipe analyzer named fuel mix. Named fuel mix. Okay, so that's good. Alright, that's good. Okay, fuel mix. Okay. Alright, so I'm hoping... That's good. My next chip will be for controlling the pressure here. Okay, let's go get a chip. Whee! Get a chip. I actually got to print one off. Okay. We're still printing the heavy cable. We just got started with it. Do I have another chip just floating around? Those are batteries. Oh, there's APCs. Cool. Crap. Do I have an extra chip? Auto survey, technically. Wait, is it in survey mode? I hope not. Extra chip. Extra chip. I don't think I have an extra chip floating around. Dang it. We almost need... It's pretty bad when you need multiple printers. Alright, IC10. I also have to rewrite this so that I can queue orders. Alright, let's go ahead and shove... No. Shove these here. Keep our floor clean a little bit. More than I normally do. Okay. Halfway there. I guess we can start working on the code. For the pressure. So the ID... Whoa, goodness. So... Pressure fed fuel, gas engine script. Control script. Okay, define hash. Gas sensor. I have a real problem with botching that name for some reason. Okay, there's that. Define H gas pump. Debating if... I wish the turbo pump had a condensed where you could have the data and the power on the same port. It would make this so much easier. Pump. volume pump. I think this will be fine. Define H gas sensors pump. I think that's really all I'm doing here. So it's not even turning it on and off at the moment. Okay, we will always set batch H gas sensor on, always. And then we're gonna load batch just for now. R15 device hash is gonna be our gas sensor, logic type, pressure, average, maximum? Maybe maximum, just in case there's another one in the network somewhere at the moment. Because there's two scenarios, monopropellant and then a dual propellant, and then there's ratio stuff to be done with that, but monopropellant's pretty easy. We're just shooting for pressure and pushing it. So we're going to alias set pump R0, I guess. Got to figure out kind of a PID kind of thing for it. Let's see. Set. Okay, yeah, set less than our no, R14. So our R15 has to be less than our target, which is going to be, wow. Let's just shoot for 50 megapascal right now. Just, that way I think I can prevent an overshoot. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Select. Okay, so set less than. So if it's less than, let's go ahead and do this. So set pump. We're going to make our decision based on A, which in this case is R14. So we want to make sure that the pressure is less than 1. So or less than 50 megapascals. So A. If A is less, oh wait, that's not what I want. Select. Register as B if A is non-zero. So if A is non-zero, so R14, we want our set pump. Otherwise, we set 0. Set batch, H gas pump, setting, set pump. This might, yeah. At this point, we'll set gas pump on. I think that's the way to go. When we initially power up, we might not want the pump to be on. We don't necessarily, well, actually, set that H gas pump on to off. We'll set the gas pump off first. And then set batch H gas pump setting maybe 5. Maybe 0. Okay, so problem is I don't want to overpressurize, but I also want to have enough. I might actually have to have an input, just so I have a good idea on what I'm actually trying to put in. Pump 0. Okay, so we could make potentially make a decision here. Set pump is 0. Okay. This might actually... Okay, alright, this is going to be very, very crude, but I just had a thought here. What about, at this point, let's add set pump, setting pump, +1. So we just add 1 to the pump, obviously until it hits the maximum or whatever, we can clamp, right? There's a new function where they added clamping. Clamp. Okay, clamp. Set pump. Right? Set pump. Minimum to maximum. So minimum 0, maximum's 10. So here's the idea. So we're always going to add 1 liter. This might result in a lot of fluctuation. I don't know how bad. This is very, very, very crude control. Since I don't have an input, I would be chasing. I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to really program it. If this is enough to keep pressure in the system, hang on. Yeah, okay, so let's do, actually, let's see, alias. You know what, I'll do it this way. Alias, current pressure, and alias last pressure. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. So, current pressure. Yeah, okay, so here's the idea. If I reseat the chip, that gets overwritten anyway, so. At the very end, we will move last pressure, what was in current pressure. Right. So you move that. At this point, last pressure, R14, R13. So we're going to set less than R13. If our current pressure is less than last pressure, then we will add 1 and clamp it. If the current pressure is higher than the last pressure, we're not going to increase the flow. So we're going to pump it up until 50 megapascal, and then we're going to... Very, very crude. But this should work. This should work. Should work. Okay, export. I don't have the code. Time to print off an IC10 chip with 1 on the order. There we go. Okay, so this is extraordinarily stupidly coarse control. Hopefully it'll fall into a happy medium. Okay, export. This will be IC pressure fed gas engine control. Okay. Let's make a run.
Oxygen low.
Should I quick save? Now, my concern... Okay, map. It's clear destination. I really should put a pipe meter over there too, but works. Okay, so this is where my concern would be. Okay, go ahead and hit save game real quick. Just in case this goes entirely south. Okay, you are... Okay. So... Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Alright. Okay. You're not doing anything. Fuel mix none. What's going on? What am I goofing up here? There we go. Set batch. Set DB. Setting. Current pressure. Okay. I don't think that is unreasonable. Export. Okay, 0. Current pressure 0. Yeah, that might actually make sense. Oops. Set less than. If current pressure is less than 50,000, 14, select... Right, okay. Current pressure is less than last pressure. Less than or equal to? Maybe that's what we need. There we go. We are pressurizing. Pressurizing at 1 liter. Well, that's good. That won't overshoot. Let's see how far over it goes. Okay. 51.3 megapascal is not bad. All right. That's not bad at all. Yeah, okay. That was the concern that I had. That was the concern that I had. I can't I can't name these things the same. I don't know why it didn't goof up earlier. I've got fuel mix. Rocket fuel mix. Right there. Okay, you're off now. Let's pull this chip. Throw this in. Edit. Make sure. I don't think I'm pulling this up by. Yeah. Define. Fuel. Let's see. Fuel mix. Hash. Rocket fuel mix. Fuel mix. Okay, name hash, fuel mix. Set batch. Yeah, that's kind of what I was concerned with. That would actually read the stuff that's attached to the tower. I don't necessarily have to have the... Well, I guess... Yeah, okay. Alright, set batch name. I think this will now do what we need it to do. Export.
Hunger caution.
51. Okay. Alright. Looks fine. This is working how it's supposed to. Okay, map, clear destination. How you doing? You're not a problem, right? I want to do a fire test here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do another save game just because. Let's see. Fuel mix. Pump is... Okay, that's good. I want to see... This, I want to see... No, that's not what I want. This is the one I want to see. And I want to see pressure. Pressure, that's what I want to see. Where is it? There, okay. There's pressure. Charge and actual, that's what I want to see there. And here I think I want to see past moles, throttle, and pressure, maybe. Rocket miner, probably drill condition on. It's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and save again. Let's fire, see how much thrust we have here and how well it maintains. So first we'll start here. Okay. You have toasty around. Good to know. Power transmitter. Okay. Good to know that that's... Huh. Fine. Well, that was annoying. So that can't be there,
Waste tank
apparently.
caution. Hydration critical.
That could be a problem. Okay, so the power power. Can't be there. Good to know. Who would have known? Anybody else take any damage? Jesus. Okay, so I need a... Need another uplink, need another power transmitter. Yeah, it must be... Yeah, because this is obviously closer to the rocket, so... Yeah, that's... Okay. I don't know how that one hasn't burned up yet, then. Okay, good to know. Rocket uplink. Data link. Okay, fire one of those off. Power transmitter. Omni, one. Let's see, reinforced walls, right? Composite steel, reinforced. Oh goodness. Reinforced window, composite steel. I need steel and stellite. Okay. And I have steel, so we'll try that out. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch out the waste tank here.
Oxygen low.
Alright, let's go get this. Do a test run to make sure that everything still works. That's frustrating. Here's that. Oh, shoot, that's right. Okay. Cable coil. Electronic parts I don't have. Okay, here's the idea. We're gonna be starving and panting. Okay. Alright, eat, drink, be merry. Whoa, holy crap. Well, that's one way to get down. Electronic parts. I do enjoy the compact data link tower thing. Yeah, it's nice. Nice condensed, it looks like. Hopefully it does what it needs to do, and I'm wondering if the window layout that I did there is going to be enough to prevent it from bursting into flame spontaneously like that. I gotta say, I was not expecting that because my other was right next to the rocket tower, of course. I don't know. What a deal. I just want a successful test fire before we call it a night. Let's see how well that works. See how well that works. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go. Got what we need. We need electronic parts. Take those with us. Waiting on creative. Get home and open the world. Yeah.
Oxygen low.
There you go. Need to finish my rocket observation tower. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to build an observation room because I was not expecting that to, well, do what it did. Not at all. Welding torch and 2 steel sheets. Well, luckily I've got that. Okay. Okay. We want to miner over there. Okay, we'll see. Okay, you're connected now. There definitely is an error in there that I want to control. Let me flip that real quick. Temperature went down, that's good. Okay, ready to go. How'd you not build the hole under the... You know what, I'm pretty sure... There's a giant gaping hole. Unless maybe I need to, yeah, maybe I'll close it off. That's actually probably a good idea to close it off a little bit here. Holy shit! It's been a while since I've been yeeted by Venus like that. Okay. There we go. That should help prevent some of that problem. Keep wondering if putting a powered vent to capture the exhaust would be worth it, furnace heat. Yeah, that could be helpful in some cases. So you're trying to pressurize up to like 58 megapascal. Okay, I wanna... Okay, here we are, good. Okay. I'm gonna save game. Okay, now let's pressure-fed gas engine. Let's fire it up a little bit. Okay, turn it off. See how we're doing over here. Okay, we didn't catch fire. That's good. You're running. Let's go over here and make sure you're off. You're good. What are we reading for pressure? 50.9. All right. I'm kind of happy with what I got here. Need spotlights on the rocket. Yeah, I do. Well, we got 2 minutes. Let's do this. Pressure-fed gas engine. Fire. That's some pretty good pressure. 30 pascals. It's rocket fuel mix. Okay. Alright. That's actually doing pretty good. I didn't look at how much pressure I was generating, but there we go. Okay. Let me edit this real quick. And I did see an overshoot of like, well, some pressure at some point. So I'm going to set the threshold to 5,500. I think we'll be good here. Export. Boom. Okay. What's our... Okay, 56. Alright, we're doing good. So let's see what we got for thrust now. Then we'll eat, drink, and be merry. So 28, 29, 30... Pretty good. I'm happy with that, so good. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and I can deal with that. For a first rocket, I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and whoa! Head in and call it a night. It looks like we'll have to sit through a ad break right at the end here, but okay, so I'm happy with that. We didn't launch, but I think we got all the other systems going, so I'm happy with that. So we'll have an ad break, then do an outro and a raid. Maybe get some... Woohoo! That's empty. Alright. Off. Let's do this. Bink bink. I got a Discord bink bink. Where am I going? Eat, drink, be merry. All that fun stuff. Good. Not close enough. Baloney. Let's harvest tomatoes or potatoes while we're at it. Shh. Eat, drink, be merry. I'm a little wondering about this. Cryogenic... Okay. Interesting. So it did warm up at some point. Whatever. Let's... What are we doing over here? Oh, beautiful. That is beautiful. Beautiful. And fuel the rocket. Add a battery. Auto scan. Kind of got that. Okay. Oop. Whole thing's a neon light.
Oxygen low.
Huh. All right, welcome back, everybody, for the final moment here. It's kind of fascinating. The whole cryo tube turns into a disco party, I guess. That's kind of interesting. I guess I should do that. Do that, and then do that. There we go, that'll work. I don't know how well. Will it even let me get in? We'll see. So we got a rocket with 27 kilonewtons of thrust. That should be enough to get me some space mining done. And so tomorrow I will write an auto mine script, which will just... If I get to a node and it's a mineable, and I have space, and I have a miner, go ahead and mine. And then maybe some auto-return type stuff, but... We got there. So, oh, wait. Okay, interesting. So you close this. Then it turns into a disco party. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. Just in case. I'm going to save game right now. So I'm going to... We ate, drink, be merry, and we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And we'll be back tomorrow. So,
Cognition low.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time.
Cognition critical.